No, Matt Hughes did not beat mixed martial artists. I mean, he eventually got... Matt was just watching Matt Hughes. Look at George St. Pierre. Destroyed Matt Hughes. George St. Pierre trains under the main teacher who does jiu-jitsu in New York City, but he also is well-rounded. You got to read. Some people don't know nothing about history. You know Google exists. You can't just make up theories anymore about who's better. Ty, does anyone have the Insta link? You can just go to tylopez.com/sales. And I want to say, this is not the cheapest program that I have out there. Okay? Why? I don't know, because I guess I don't want to make a $10 version of it, and I don't necessarily want to take 100,000 people through my sales black belt training. I pretty much reserve it for people who work for me, just so you know. It's mostly for people who work for me, but I decided to make this available because I did a Twitter poll a few days ago. Okay. Let's see here. How do I give away this 600? Da-da-dee.
That's what the bias was, that first bias he had.
Okay. What is the first thing that he did? I'm going to be giving away $100 right now. $100 right now. What did I say he did when he ran through that piece of paper to increase the the likelihood that people pay attention? What did he do? Somebody said, sell me this Rager. Maybe too much stuff going on could distract people from the actual sell. Somebody said sex. No. There we go. Joshimar Senega said pattern interrupt.
On what platform?
On YouTube. You got to reply, Joshimar Senega. You got to reply with your Cash App or PayPal. Ty, Google says your net worth is only $5 million. Forget Google. Google don't know nothing about me. That's from 10 years ago. And who cares? It's funny. People go, Google says your net worth is only $5 million. Let's say my net worth is only $5 million. That's still a lot. People are stupid. And people, you can't compare people. Remember, Warren Buffett, now my net worth is not $5 million, but I'm just saying, why is that a thing? You can't compare me with people that are way older than me. People are like, well, this 70-year-old's net worth is $500 million. Well, he's 70. You ever heard of compounding? For those of you, if you can be worth $5 million when you're young, you let that sucker compound, you might not be Jeff Bezos, but you'll have a couple $100 million by the time you retire. So, I don't know. I never understood that one. But now people are trying to guess. $500 billion. No, my net worth is not $500 billion. Your net worth, I would guess, Ty, is conservatively $50 million. I mean, look, one of my companies that I own is worth, Mentor Box, I won't even say, but it's worth a lot. Someone said, Ty, my net worth is negative. $10 million in loans? What did you do, man? See, you didn't know how to negotiate deals. Real estate, if you don't negotiate the deal right, you're going to get destroyed. Hiring people, you don't negotiate right, you're going to have your payroll too high. Come on, man. Can person be financially free in 3 years? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it depends. If you're starting, this one dude's starting 10 million. Somebody said, well, Google also says Trump's hair is real. What is it? Is Trump's hair, I don't even know. Zach, what do you think Trump's hair is? Because Zach is a Trump supporter. He loves Trump. So you will give me unbiased. I like to know. You got to know who's going to give you unbiased advice.
Jimmy Fallon pulled it.
So what do you think it could be? Is it like hair plugs off the back or something?
I don't know.
One of those surgeries?
I don't know, because he's had that hairstyle since the 80s.
Oh, he's had the same hair.
Yeah, I think it's his real hair, but I think he tries to cover up a bald spot.
Somebody says he has badger hair? Comb over. All right. Let's not talk about Trump's hair. By the way, I'm going to tell you this. For those of you who hate Trump, you better get somebody. You better buy this program for whoever runs for the Democratic nomination or whoever wins the Democratic, because Hillary Clinton, even though she won the popular vote, she didn't win the electoral vote, which means she didn't understand applied, focused persuasion. You have to persuade the electoral college states. And Donald Trump understood that, and he won. So if you love Trump, you better understand sales. If you hate Trump, the way out is sales, unfortunately. And let me just say this. People think that sales means pushy. No. That it means manipulative. No. Let me define sales for you, because this is a huge thing. Sales is getting people to hear your side of the story. That's it. The definition, sales equals listen to your side of the story. You do know that most people aren't listening to you when you're talking, right? Seriously. Most people are not listening to you because they're thinking about their own thing, they're ignoring you, they have short attention span, you're not saying it very persuasively, so they're just doing other stuff. Someone said, did the bus fall down, Ty? No, that was Rick wrapped. Rick did a Shaquille O'Neal. He got his foot wrapped around the cord. Trump was talking to everyone. Hillary was talking to Trump and her crew. I mean, I bet you Hillary would have won if she had taken Bernie Sanders for her vice president. Don't you think, Zach? She only needed a few more votes. Bernie he brings a lot of hate. I don't like Bernie policy, you know. Someone said he's old, he doesn't know what he's doing. Ty, will your e-com agency program work for artists and musicians? Yeah. I mean, the agency programs that I have work, but a lot of them are closed, or, you know, they're closed, so you can't get in them.
E-com agency still.
Beto 2020. You think Beto will win?
No. Oh, he might get the nomination.
Zach hopes that Beto wins. I'll tell you who would give Trump a run for the money.
Beto, please.
Zach, I'll tell you who will give Trump a run. I think Trump's scared of one person. That's Michelle Obama. People love, if you talk about persuasive, people who love her way more than people who like Beto or, I mean, I don't know. She's got one of the best, she's got a book out. It's like one of the best-selling autobiographies in history. Ty, can you do an email marketing course? We will in this 4-month black belt program, we will get into some email marketing stuff. It's not only email marketing. Remember, so you basically have sales is getting people to listen to your side. So let me just ask you this. Do you want people to listen to you? Learn this black belt system. Go through the 4-month, get the certification. Somebody asked, will this help you in your social life? Will this help you in your dating life? Well, most of the time when you go on a date, the person on the other side is just by listening to themselves. Really. They're there like narcissistically. They're just like, what can you do for me? They're not even listening, you know, to your side of the story. When you're trying to get a job and you're talking to your boss about a raise or hiring you, they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about other stuff in their life. But if you're persuasive, all of a sudden they're like, hey, oh, really? I better hire you. I've had people try to get a job with me in the least persuasive way ever. I mean, what's the least persuasive thing? I put up a job post, if you want to come work with me. I got 8,000 people in 1 week applied. And some of them are just ridiculous. I'm like, you must optimize literally to make sure I don't hire you. People are like, you better hire me. For example, this is not a great way to get somebody interested. Or people, we've had people come in for jobs. What's the craziest thing we've had someone ever come in for a job? Well, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you a crazy thing someone did, and I actually hired him. There was a guy. It's a kind of a cool story. I haven't told this story in a long time, but in 2014, I think, a guy, his name was Christopher Lopez. I think it was on my social media a little bit in 2015. I'm in my garage, actually the same garage that I shot my garage here in my garage video, because I used to have a gym and an office in there. I think little ninja tip, build a gym office, because or else you're going to get out of shape. Every time I have a gym office, I get in shape. Whenever I don't, I'm out of shape. Jerome says, "Time in my 40s, is it too late for me to be a beast at this?" Nope. That was by the time Ray Kroc was going door to door selling milkshake machines. Before he didn't get into McDonald's till in his 50s. This guy comes to my garage while I'm working out. He goes, "Ty, you don't know me. I'm homeless right now. And I occasionally, my grandpa lets me sleep there once in a while. My parents, I think his parents had died. His mom and dad had died. I live with my grandpa. I'm basically homeless. Can I work for you, man?" I said, "How did you find my house?" This is back before I had Snapchat. I barely had, I had Instagram, but he's like, "I've been walking here for 2 days." Or he's like, first of all, he walked from Long Beach to Hollywood, which is, I think, 37 miles. Okay? I was born in Long Beach. It's far. Then he came and he walked around up in the Hollywood Hills till he found a house that looked like my house, which was crazy. That's hard. You guys know where I live. Like, imagine trying to find that house randomly. He found it, and I ended up giving him a job. I said, "I'll hire you for a short period of time." And I did. I gave him a job for, I think, a year. Then he went off. He started doing network marketing. He learned sales. He did stuff. I trained him as best I could. I wasn't with him every day or anything, but he worked. And then he went, and I saw him about a year later in an airport. I shot a video. I still have the video. It was on my social media. And he said, "Ty, I want you to know I have multiple streams of income." He was like, he would go up to Alaska. I think he was like a fisherman. You know how you make all that money, like wildest catch? He would do that. He goes, "I do that for 3 months. Then I saved up all the money that I made, and I bought a couple of his family's from Mexico. But he started buying up real estate. He's like, "I have either 1 or 2 apartment complexes that I bought, and my income now is like $4,000 to $8,000 a month." He was like 24 by that time. So by learning sales, learning how to build multiple streams of income, he had learned how to do network marketing. It was like a coffee or something. I forget. I can't remember the whole story, but I meet a lot of people now. Like, this is 2015. I remember because it's when we moved into the Sunset Plaza office. And he had that, and then he went all the way. Somebody to give him a job. Then he did the negotiations and bought a couple apartments. And then you have to learn how to read people, because if you let the wrong people in your apartment complex, they will destroy your place. And so he learned that, and it's a cool story. I haven't talked to him since. Anyway. Can you teach me? I need to increase sales in my barber shop. Once again, now, there's 2 things that you got to do. Let me just explain this. There's sales and marketing. So what's the difference? Who knows the difference between sales versus marketing? What is the difference? I'm going to give $100 to the first answer that I defined this on my Snapchat earlier today. What's the difference between sales versus marketing? $100. We still got $400 to give. What is the difference? Because someone asked me about their barbershop. We got 3,700 people on YouTube, 545 on Instagram. Sales is convincing and marketing is exposure. No. But getting warmer, maybe. Sales is telling your story. Marketing is the promotion of your story. Marketing is advertising. Sales is pitching. Let's see. Oops, sorry. 60 new Facebook comments. Sales is you move a product. The marketing, you try to get them interested. Marketing gets the phone to ring. Sales is what happens once you get it. Sales is active. Marketing is passive. Ooh, I wouldn't say that. Marketing leads to sales. Marketing gets sales. I mean, sales you do, marketing works for you. That's warmer. on Facebook. What do we got on Instagram? Marketing is driving traffic and sales is what comes after the traffic. Marketing is advertising. Well, okay, some of this is semantics because it's however you want to define it. You could say that online advertising is sales, or you could call it marketing. I'm just going to give you what I talked about on my social media earlier. Say sales is getting attention of the people. Sales is the theory, marketing is the practice. Nobody's gotten it. I posted it. It's on my Snapchat right now. Sales is pushing the product, marketing is telling a story. Sales is selling the commodity versus marketing. Man, nobody. Come on. Sales is money marketing. Marketing is a Facebook ad, and sales are conversion. Marketing should make selling superfluous. Sales is your work ethic. Marketing is the work done. Come on. I gave it on my Snap, right? Who's getting this $100? I keep it simple. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. There. Mike Cass on YouTube. Mike said marketing is automation of sales. That's how I define it. Again, it's semantics. You can define it. The question for the $100 was, what did I say on my social media earlier? So Mike Cass, please reply right now on YouTube or we can't send you the money. What's your Cash App or PayPal email? YouTube does not have good DM system. Mike Cass, we need your email to pay you. So this is how I think about it. Marketing, like what we do online, you guys see my YouTube videos probably. Most people in the world, in the United States, have seen them. Oh, there we go. Mike says, yo, Ty, Mike, what's up, man? Not you, Iron Mike. There's another guy swooping in for this 100 named Iron Mike. No, Mike Cass. You just put Mike Cass. Mike Cass, I need your email. Marketing is automated sales. But here's the thing. You can't automate everything. To me, sales is more one-to-one. Okay? It could be one-to-one on chat. It could be one-to-one on email. It could be one-to-one in person. It could be one-to-many on stage. I would consider that somewhat similar. But at the end of the day, if it's automated, to me it's marketing. So I have a marketing team. We have all kinds of automated funnels, automated VSLs, automated commercials. They're running all the time. When I sleep, that thing just runs. And it's running to the tune of, between, let's say, $50,000 to $500,000 a day. We do through automatic marketing. Okay? That's kind of like my goal. And then sales, I've got a phone sales team. I'm in a way doing sales to you guys because I'm answering one-on-one questions. This is not fully automated. I'm not a hologram. Here's Mentor Box today. Did $20,200. We don't even have marketing on today. I think we're testing something. That's just recurring stuff. But if you say, when we turn marketing on a Mentor Box, we do like 50 to 70,000 a day right now. And that's automation. And that's a separate skill, you know what I'm saying? When I do this right here, I got to take my time and talk to you and answer Raina Jones or Don Jabra. So how did $40 change your life? OB the King 100 on Instagram app. See, I'm talking to him one-on-one. $40? $40 made me realize I was in big trouble. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to go low before you go up, unfortunately. Sometimes you've got to go low before you get up. Ty, you're not cracking your phone? Man, that's why I have this crazy OtterBox, which now has become like viral. I found somebody who's like, I bought this green. Because people say this is ugly, but that's fine because it stands out. I've seen people all have the same color. There was a party. People all had the same color iPhone cases, and they all people grabbed somebody else's phone. Ty, did you watch the Oscars? No. Ty, you're really good at your craft, bro. Top notch. Thank you. I don't know if I'm trying to get better every day. So I want you guys you need to learn marketing. But a lot of the things that I've been training people, like an e-com agency, a social media marketing agency, on doing an Amazon agency, all these things, you got to be able to talk to people one-on-one. If you want to get a client to pay you $2,500 a month to manage their social media or to manage their e-com, like, you're not going to do that. You can do it on automated webinar funnels, but I'd rather generate the lead and talk to people on the phone, man. That's if you ask me, when I'm going after, like, I've done big deals. I've done deals where I get $1 million check from somebody. Anybody here ever had $1 million check? I've closed deals where someone hands me a $250,000. I remember the first time someone handed me a $250,000 check. I don't know if this was when you were around, Rick. Rick fell asleep. This is like 2004. It's the first big check that I ever did in a deal, and then someone just wrote a check, and it's like $250. I remember being like, wow, because I didn't have that much money. I had a little money back then. I was making like $8,000 a month or so, that's somewhere around there. I'd say 6 figures I was making. But this person just wrote 250,000, and then put the little 0/100, and then wrote out the words 2TWO50. I remember going, that's a big check. So I closed a $250,000 deal, but since then I've seen bigger and bigger deals. And when you start closing, $1 million check, do you really want to try to automate that? You think you're going to automate sales? You think you're going to have a commercial, a Super Bowl commercial that people are going to go, yeah, let's write million? No, rich people don't work that way. You have to convince them in person. Does that make sense? Ty, have you ever had a deal go bad? Yeah, I mean, you have deals that don't close. You can't close people. And usually it comes, almost always. So sales is a combination, by the way. Sales here is a combination of reading people, okay, plus life cycles of leads. Okay? Life cycles. These are two things. That equals the money. You got to both know how to read people, but you got to also understand life cycles, because you can't make somebody write you a $250,000 check when they're not ready. Okay, Mikey Kasang, that's your Cash App. Okay. $ Mikey Kasang at Cash App.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
Yep.
We're going to get, how much money we got left? Ty, tell us closing techniques. Okay, so
400.
I got 400 left to give.
And we're at 10% on one of the phones.
Which one?
Twitter. We
Okay.
won't be on Instagram, but we have a backup for Instagram.
It's okay. We're about done. And if Twitter dies, we only have
54 people.
54 people. All you people on Twitter. Man, YouTube keeps rising. We're at 3,838. People are arguing who said it first. Remember, you might have said something first. It's just whenever I notice it. I gotta see it, because there's a lot of people on here, believe it or not. All right, what else was I going to say? Oh, somebody asked me for an actual example. So here's the thing on closing. You can get rid of this Dollar Shave Club guy behind me. We're going to, in the 4-month program, okay, I want to take you from blue belt, purple belt, brown, and the goal is black belt. Okay? Oops, I wrote belt. Black belt, okay? Now, in order to be here, a black belt can close 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 50,000, maybe not $1 million deal is more like when there's belts beyond this. There's like coral belt and red belt in jiu-jitsu. Coral belt is a hybrid. My teacher, Higa Machado, has a coral belt. And so when we think about this, one of the stages you've got to learn is how to close deals. But here's the secret to closing is opening it correctly. That's the secret. Just think about like social life. What's the secret to making a friend or to getting a date, go on a second date with you? Is it the final sentence that you say to them? No, it's how good the rest of the experience was. If you take a girl out or a guy or whatever, and you meet at Starbucks for an hour, and the goal is to close them and persuade them to go on a second date with you, if the first 58 minutes are crap, there's nothing you can say in the last 2 minutes that will close. So you can't polish a turd. People always ask me that. Ty, this is what I interpret. They don't say this. Ty, I have a horrible business idea. How do I market this? I'm like, you don't. Ty, I've had horrible conversations with this customer. How do I close them? You can't. You cannot polish a turd. You hear me? You can't do it. So the key to closing is opening. Now, with that said, you do have to know how to close. Hold on one second, guys. Whoops. And a lot of people are afraid of closing, but the main thing is know and then understand the life cycle of the sale. For example, if somebody don't have a $10,000 in their bank account, you can't close a $10,000 deal very easily unless you try to convince them to go in debt or rob a bank. So part of it is also knowing who you're trying to close. That's why I said reading people. First thing I do when I talk to somebody, I got to know what their budget is. It's amazing how many people teach sales and forget that. They just teach people, read this script and then close. I'm going, wait a second. You telling me you're going to sell somebody a $1,000 item who has $100 in bank account? Math doesn't add up. Math doesn't add up. So the beginning of the open is understanding the person, understanding their psychometric type, if they're a P, A, an S, or an E, understanding where they are in this product buying cycle. Like, are they somebody just tire kicking? They're not ready, they're just window shopping? For me, a big part of why I use marketing is to cut through in an automated fashion. Bring me the people that are actually interested now, so I don't waste my time. See what I'm saying? What I do with people that aren't ready, I put them on my email list. And that's the thing, it's mind-blowing. Nightclubs. I used to own a nightclub, be in the nightclub business, but now I go to Vegas, I go to these big, huge clubs. They don't even get your text or email. What I used to do in my club, I'd be like, if you are on the VIP email list, you get to go in the shorter line. People would sign up, and I would hire good-looking people, men and women, to walk around. And this is before there was even iPads. Now I just hand out iPad, walk around, be like, put your email in, and then they have to verify it, so they can't give you a fake email, right? They got to double opt in or text. If nightclubs would do that, they would build this monster list that they could close continually. So, but that takes sales in person at first, and then you can automate it later, if that makes sense. So, Ty says, Iron Mike says, I can 10x your company, Ty. Great, do it. I'm happy. If somebody thinks they know more than me in business, I'm like, good. I like to be around people who know more. Ty, I own a business, but looking for people in New York. Well, if you want to hire people, I was just talking to a friend of mine who has a $30 million supplement business. He was at this conference. His biggest thing that's keeping him to go from 6 to 60 million, he can't hire people. I'm like, that's sales. That's persuasion. You got to persuade people to work for you. People have a lot of options right now. Should I upgrade? I sell TVs and make 56 grand a year. Ty's just better than Cardone University. I've never been through Cardone University, so I cannot answer that for you. I know Grant has sold a lot of stuff and knows a great bit about sales. The better way to think about it is, if it's me, you can make a lot of money in sales with no college degree, from scratch. I'd learned from a lot of people. And mine's only open for 7 days. That was the difference. I'm not sure. I think his is open. I don't even know how it is. But Ty, you actually can polish a turd. Mythbuster did it. I would like to see that episode. Man, how hard is it to hire good workers? Not hard if you understood persuasion. Nice sweater, looks good on you. Thank you. Part of sales, also presentation. That's another thing. I'm going to talk about this for a second. People tell you to sell and persuade. They tell you have to wear a suit. Well, why? That's BS. But there's a time when you have to wear a suit. You have to know your audience. Some people will tell you, versus casual, some people will tell you need to mirror. But mirroring is in many ways, I don't buy into the mirroring thing. You see people teaching this in sales and persuasion. They go, okay, you need to mirror the person. So if they're talking slow, you need to talk slow. If they're dressed in a suit, you need to wear a suit. I do not think that's true. What I think is true, there's a lot of people wearing suits that wish they weren't wearing a suit. So if I wear a suit when they're wearing a suit, I actually epitomize what it is they don't like in their life. Remember, a lot of people have to wear a suit. How many people would wear a suit if they didn't have to? Some people. I mean, I got a place in Manhattan. There are people who like to wear suits. They like to do the power play. Boom. But, are most people Manhattan Wall Street types? No. So I do not buy into the thing that you always need to wear a suit. I do not buy into the mirroring thing. Some people talk fast because they're nervous. In fact, anxiety is massive. It's a massive issue in the modern world. So if somebody's anxious, most sales books teach you this, mirroring. Okay. Well, I reach a lot of people. In fact, I've reached for sure as many people as any sales trainer in history. I know that. Because I can just go, okay, I can show you guys. I don't know if any salesperson, here's my little YouTube analytics here. This is real time. My watch time since I started my channel in 2015, so I'm at 1.8 billion minutes watched. There's no sales trainer that I know of that's gotten 1.8 billion minutes. Let me see and then you never know how many are unique views, but let's just say 556 million views. That's people who actually watched. YouTube is longer than 30 seconds. So if we use Instagram way of doing it or Facebook's, this would be at billions of minutes. So I'm just saying 100 million people have watched my stuff. I reach a lot of people. I can promise you this. Mirroring people doesn't always work. If I'm talking to a nervous person who talks really fast, hey, Ty, why should I do this? Best thing I can do is slow down. Mirroring, all these books out there are telling you to go fast because they're going fast. But then you increase their anxiety, so it doesn't build rapport. That's BS. The best way to build rapport is understand how to read people. If I know I'm talking to an anxious person, the best thing I can do is alleviate their anxiety, is to allay their fears. That's better than good to go, you got two people in a room mirroring each other. We should try that one time, Zach. It's a social experiment. Just keep escalating. One person's wearing a suit. I'm going to wear an even more formal suit. He's going to come back the next day. We're going to be wearing old timey. I'm going to have a monocle and a hat like the Mr. Peanut or whatever. I got a nickel, folks. I'll have my W.C. Fields cigar. I don't buy that. So I think that a lot of the stuff people teach in sales, I've tested it. I wished it worked, but it doesn't. If it would work, I would do it. You think I like making money? You think I'm going to be no, I want to do I have no theory that I'm attached to, except what's effective. By the way, you do not have to be an extrovert to be good at sales. That's a myth. I have some introverts who work for me. In fact, we just hired a new guy in my Manhattan office. He went through out of 8,000 people, he basically the first one I've hired out of that 8,000. And he's from New Jersey, kind of Manhattan. And the cool thing about it is this dude's an introvert, but he can turn it on and off. And because he's an introvert, remember, half the world's an introvert. Extroversion and introversion, if you look at something like the Myers-Briggs or the Hexaco score, or the big 5 models, it pretty much comes out 50-50, roughly. I think certain countries, believe it or not, America has more extroverts than, let's say, Norway or Sweden. And the reason is because of migration patterns. Dr. David Buss actually studied this. Islands in the Mediterranean have more introverts than people who migrated to the big cities of, like, in Athens, Greece, or Rome, Italy. That attracts. So big cities actually have more extroverts. Not always. That's a blanket statement, which is never 100% accurate. But Sandra says she's an extrovert salesman. What's up?
You want me to go ahead and kill this like at 1%? I don't know if it'll save it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can stop it. Sales is the exchange of a commodity for money. The action of selling something. Marketing is a science of supply and demand. No, that is definitely not true. It sounds good. You used a lot of words. Marketing is not the science of supply and demand. I mean, maybe economics speaks to supply and demand. There is no exact science of supply and demand, but that's an economic theory. That's not it. But good try. I will give you warmer. Ty, I want to see Ty get in a boxing match with Putin. No, I'm saying, why don't you just stop it and leave it on there to weigh the thing? Why take it off? Why do we have so many introverts in this world? Oh, easy. Because it's called, the actual technical term for this, oh man, it's not assortive matching, but there's a scientific word for this. Okay.
3% on Instagram, too.
All right, Instagram, we're about to reset. How much money we have left to give? Let's give it away. You got 7 days. Putting the link below. There's a link in YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You got 7 days. Who's going to get in this? Next 4 months, I'm going to take you to black belt level in sales, persuasion, closing. We got $400 one person's going to get right now. So here's how this goes. I'm going to reward people who have been paying attention. So.
We'll come right back.
What?
On Instagram, we'll come right back. You want?
Is it dead?
It's like at 3%. So I was going to go to this phone.
Well, I'm just going to give it away right now. You should have these on low battery mode. Do you have them? Here we go. For $400, how much? No, let's see. For $400, what's the name of the company that the guy used one viral video to sell, to grow and sell his company for over $1 billion? What's the name of that company? All right, I'm going to turn away for a second. For $400, if you've been paying attention, it was just up here. I'm rewarding people paying attention. What's the name of the company that I showed their ad, their viral video? What's the name of that company? Okay, I'm going to not look for a second. I'm going to give how much time we got left on Instagram? How much battery we have?
It's about 2% now.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, Rick, tell me when to stop. I'm rotating my finger without looking between. You can't look. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
No whammies, and stop.
Okay, YouTube, which is already going crazy. 4,300 people on it. Okay, it's not the first person to say it. It's the first one I see. That's a very hard concept for people to get. So I need to be better at sales, which is the art of getting people to understand what I'm saying. It's not the first person who wrote it, because I can't see 4 platforms at once. It's the first one I see when I look at the platform, which I haven't done yet. Okay, Rick, tell me when to stop.
And stop.
The winner is, holy crap, Shannon Sutton, Dollar Shave Club. Shannon Sutton on YouTube. Reply. You can stop Instagram now. Shannon Sutton, Dollar Shave Club.